The latest inflation figures give no cause for optimism, up to 3.1 for a year ago. Now, one of the principal causes of this is food prices. Now, in the studio today, we've got an expert on food prices and food generally, Sean Rickard. Now, Sean, what's going on?
Well, the major influence on retail food prices are agricultural prices. And agricultural prices, particularly the prices of grains and sugars, are rising very rapidly at the moment. So what we've seen at the moment in the inflation figures is the immediate effect of the knock-on effect on bread, cereals and bakery products. But cereals, of course, are a major input into feeding animals, and therefore we can expect in the coming months to see higher food prices for dairy products and meat products.
This doesn't sound very optimistic, does it? Can you give me some kind of long-term trends?
Well, I think the long-term trends are rather worrying. We have enjoyed in this country and across Europe more than 30 years of the prices of food rising at a slower rate than general inflation. That means the affordability of food has been improving and the average household has steadily reduced the proportion of their income they spend on food. That situation is now reversed, and I think it's reversed for many years. We are entering a new era when the price of food, retail food prices, are going to rise faster than the general rate of inflation. This means that the affordability of food is going to deteriorate, and it is particularly worrying over the next 3 or 4 years when we face wage cuts, or certainly wage freezes, and higher levels of unemployment.
So this is going to be a pretty unpopular thing then?
It's going to be a very unpopular thing, and really our only solution to control it is to increase the world's supply of food. The main problem that's going on is that developing countries are growing very rapidly, and what we know is that as incomes rise from $2 a day to $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, people's diets change. They want more meat and they want more dairy products. Unfortunately, the amount of land we have.
Food is the most important reserve any family can have. Families that are in a situation where financially they're really strapped, when they get counseling, they're told to put in a 2-week supply of food and then pay the rest of their bills. And if they have that food in there, they've got the security and the stability. If a family can put in the reserve of food, then they can deal with all sorts of stress. Do you realize that when a family's under real severe stressful conditions, you know, every once in a while I run into somebody that says, well, if I'm hungry enough I could eat anything. I'll go out and pop a deer on the head with a rock or whatever it takes. That's not true. When you're under stress, you need the most nutrition, you need better food than when you're under normal circumstances. Do you realize that in our times we've gotten away from the old pioneer habit of having the reserve set back, the supply of food that no matter what happens they can always feed their family? Do you realize in our modern times, with everything that we know and all the technology, the family, the American family, is the only fighting machine that is trying to do it without a reserve? Food. That's it. We have the capability of winning every battle if we can sustain ourselves independently and fearlessly with food.